Davy VTV, Davy V with you, with the cojones to say what apparently no one else in Rochester, New York has the cojones to say, especially the mainstream news media. Where is Black Lives Matter? Where? Where are they? Where are the protests? Where are the marches? Where is the outrage? Where is the denouncing the senseless violence? Senseless violence which has pushed Rochester, New York, not only to an all-time record high homicides of 71 so far for the year, but also has pushed the city into a state of emergency. Years ago, Rochester, New York, for those of you that perhaps don't know, was called the murder capital of New York State, right? For size and homicide rate. And I can tell you, it's basically gone back to claiming, if not very close to claiming, that title again. It is very disturbing. It is absolutely disgusting. But equally as disturbing and disgusting is the fact that these so-called movements and these so-called groups like Black Lives Matter are nowhere to be seen or heard. And that is absolutely disgusting. As a Latino, as a father to children who are African American and Latino, I am beyond disgusted. And that is why for years I have been calling out the hypocrisy of these so-called movements like Black Lives Matter, who are nowhere to be seen or heard from, to denounce this senseless violence. Thank you for watching Davy VTV. Let's roll the video.
Rochester police are continuing to investigate multiple fatal shootings as the city marks its deadliest year on record. 71 homicides now recorded in 2021, with 3 more victims yesterday alone. The most recent incident took place on St. Paul Street. Police say a man in his 20s was beaten and shot to death outside the RTS station. Investigators tell us 2 suspects approached that victim around 1 in the afternoon. The suspects, also believed to be in their 20s. No arrests have been made. Police say this violence cannot end until the community comes together.
We're extremely frustrated. It has to stop. I mean, it's worse than a war zone around here lately. And, we want the community to stand up, stand beside us, and the community has to get fed up with this, and the way they can do that, or one of the ways they can do that, is continue to feed us information, and if they know some of their family members, or if they see somebody with a gun or something like that, you need to call 911. You need to get ahead of it, because today it's the young man that was hanging out in front of the bus station gets killed. Tomorrow it could be one of your family members.
No suspects are in custody after a double homicide early yesterday morning on Chestnut Street in the city. Police say the victims were men in their late teens and early 20s. Officers responded around 3 a.m. after several reports of gunshots inside the apartment building. The victims were pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators do not believe this was a random act of violence. And a man fighting for his life this morning after a separate shooting last night in Rochester. Officers responded to Fernwood Park around 7:30 and did find evidence someone had been shot there. Shortly thereafter, a gunshot victim did arrive at the hospital in a private vehicle. We're told the 20-year-old man was shot in the upper body, and officers say his injuries are life-threatening. Anyone with information about this shooting or yesterday's homicides should call 911. Mayor-elect Malik Evans responding to Thursday's homicides and the rise in violence, saying, quote, "Violence in our city has become an all too common occurrence. We are in a state of emergency, and we must have a whole community approach to solve the issue. As part of my transition, we will be pulling together all who are willing to help tackle the scourge of violence in our community. The government cannot and will not solve this problem alone."